Hey all, welcome to a new video. Today I'm going to be taking you through some recent beauty purchases I made. I did like a big Sephora order last weekend and I've been trying a couple of the products, well, not a couple of them. I've been trying the products throughout the week and I have some initial first impressions. First things first. Okay, let's get into it. So this one I didn't order, but I've been meaning to mention it in my video because I really like it. I have pretty sensitive skin and I wanted a like vitamin C chemical peel mask that I could do that wasn't gonna like make my skin go crazy. I can't use vitamin C every day in a serum. It just is too much for my skin, but I still wanted something. So I really like this one. It's something you only use about once a week. Put it on for 8 to 10 minutes. I do this as part of my like everything shower once a week and I think it works really nicely. So that is pretty good, especially if you have sensitive skin. I think this is okay to use. Okay, so that was not part of the Sephora purchase. What was part of the Sephora purchase was this Hourglass primer. I just got the mini size of it because I wanted to give it a try. Previously, I was using the Milk Hydra, you know what I mean, the milk one, Hydra Grip, that's what it's called. And I like it okay, but I had heard really good things about Hourglass from a number of different people on the internet. I've never tried any of their products and I was like, okay, let me give it a try because I heard good things. So I do have to say, I think I prefer this to the milk one. It's more of like a cream sort of a thing. The milk one, if you've never used it, is this like quite tacky, clear gel almost, not even a gel, but it's like it's kind of more like a gel. This is a bit more like a cream and I think I prefer this one. Yeah, I haven't done like a side-by-side comparison or anything like that. I think I prefer the way this feels on my skin. So I think I will be switching to this one for the time being until I get, you know, it in me to try another one. But yeah, I would say initial impression of the Hourglass primer is 2 thumbs up. Okay, so then part of the reason I wanted to try finding a new primer was when I was out of the milk one. And so I was like, oh, time to try a new primer. But also I have, I don't wear a lot of foundation. I don't typically wear foundation. I typically wear this and this is the Dr. Jart BB cream. It is my everyday, just need a little bit of light coverage. I love it because it sort of sinks into the skin. It's like a texture, it's a balmy, creamy texture, and it's more of a balm than a cream, but I don't know. If you haven't used it, it's hard to describe, but just the way that it sort of melts into your skin, yeah, it's very balmy, and I really, really like it. It's not overly covering, which is fine because I don't need a ton of coverage, so it's nice for like every day, just slap it on and go out the door. And if I wanted more full coverage, then I would use a concealer and a sponge and just like dab it in there, you know what I mean? And that usually got me what I needed for coverage. But I do feel like there are days when I would like to put a little bit more coverage on and use a foundation. So this is still not the new product. That's a tried and true product. This is the foundation I typically use. This is Kosas. This color is, I believe, 140, which I think is too light for me as I was putting it on today. I'm wearing it today. So anyway, all that to say, I wanted to wear foundation a bit more, start wearing foundation a bit more, or just have the option to. And I was like, oh, it would probably help if I had a better foundation brush. So I don't know if this is actually a foundation brush, but this is the brush I typically use, okay? I really like it. It's good for like buffing, but I was like, let me try a new brush. So I got this brush. This is from Rare Beauty. I picked it because I really like Rare Beauty products, the ones that I have previously tried. And so I was like, cool, this is like an interesting shape. It's very different from anything I've tried. I will give it a go. And I watched like the video with Selena Gomez talking about it. And she's like, oh, I really like that it feels like a finger because I like using my hands to put my makeup on. I was like, yeah, that makes sense. I always use my hands for this. Cool, cool. So let me give it a try. I hate this brush. Like, waste of money. Not a fan, don't like it. It feels more like drawing it on almost, and I don't like that. I much prefer the buffing kind of feel when I'm putting on foundation. Why? Probably because I have poor eyesight and I'm always really concerned about like not blending it in. So this makes me feel like I can blend it a lot better, and this, aside from just not feeling very good, like I just don't enjoy the feel of this. This is like, I don't feel like I'm gonna blend as well with this, you know what I mean? And I'm paranoid about that, so I like more of a buffing style foundation brush. So, lesson learned. I wouldn't recommend that brush, but I think brushes are probably really about like, what do you want to accomplish and what is your personal preference in terms of feel. So, not for me, but there you go. And also, like, now you've seen, those are the two main face products I use for a base. Yeah. Okay, so that's face, well, the base of your face, right? Your foundation. So I've also been thinking a lot lately about wanting to do a bit more with my eyes. And like I mentioned, I am visually impaired. I have really bad eyesight. I'm technically legally blind, which doesn't mean I'm blind. It just means that I have eyesight that's quite bad. So, anyway, so I do struggle to see like the detail, and I feel like doing your eyes can be very detailed. So I've typically kept it to mascara, and I have been thinking lately like, oh, I feel like I could start trying my hand at some eyeliner. I used to wear eyeliner, like really small amounts of eyeliner. I've never been able to do like the little flick thing, and I would like to learn how to do that because I think it'd be fun. So I got an eyeliner, and I got it in brown because I'm also thinking it would be nice to try a brown mascara. I'm wearing both right now, as you can probably tell, because you probably aren't blind. I also want to try a tubing mascara. So just for reference, usually I wear black, and I usually do this Milk one, which is waterproof, and it has a curved applicator, which I actually really like because I think it's easier to get, I just fucked that up. I think it's easier to get into my eye shape. Gross. Let me deal with it really quick. Solve that. All right, like I was saying, I really like the applicator on that one. I think it works really nicely with my eye shape, being able to get in there and get what I, get what I want to do. I like wearing that on like days when I don't want super dramatic volume or anything like that. I just want to add a little bit of length. And I like that one. It's waterproof. I usually wear waterproof. I find that mascara on my eyelids, like it's really easy for it to transfer to my eyelids. I'm active, so I sweat and like get, like my eyes water and stuff. So I really do find that I need waterproof mascara. Other one that I really like is the Dior Backstage Waterproof. This one, the applicator is much straighter. It's like this. And I really like this mascara. This is kind of one I've been using for a long time. It does a lot for volume. It is pretty waterproof. Again, I do kind of struggle because I feel like throughout the day it does transfer to my eyelids a little bit. And that is frustrating because it's supposed to be waterproof and like anyway. Those are the two mascaras I do tend to use the most. I'm not 100% in love with them, but they mostly do what I want them to do. And I really like the Backstage one for like building up volume and stuff. And I use it a lot of times with the Lancôme CXL primer if I really want like big dramatic lashes. But I wanted to try something a little bit like more everyday. I wanted to try something that wasn't black because I think black can be quite harsh, and I just wanted to have like a softer look. So, and I feel like brown will like blend out a little bit easier if I need to. I feel like brown might be a little bit more forgiving. That's in my head. I don't know if that's true. So like I said, I bought this brown eyeliner. This is from Urban Decay. It is the gel liner, and it is supposedly waterproof. So yeah, I really like, I tried this the first time. I'll show you on my hand because that'll help. But like, see if I can show you this well. It just really glides on really nicely. You see like that, just the way it the way it goes on, I really like. Really impressed with that. I like the color. It does blend out really nicely. It is technically waterproof, and I have worn it like 2 times so far. And I will say, like, once it sets, it's pretty solid. I can blend it out for a little while. Like, I don't have to like rush to get it done, but once it's there, I think it's there. So that, I really like that one. And then I got this tubing mascara from, I have all of my hands. I'm getting makeup all over my hands. Hopefully I don't get it on my white shirt. Yeah, anyway, I got this tubing mascara from Tarte. Well, hopefully you can see that. This is from Tarte. It is the brown color. It is a tubing mascara. I've never tried a tubing mascara, but I have heard that they are waterproof. And so I was like, let me try that. That sounds right up my alley. Holy hell, do I like this one. I really like this mascara. So I think it is buildable. Like, I'm wearing it right now. It doesn't feel like too much for every day. I could even do a little less if I wanted to. I could go like several swoops. But I wore it all day yesterday, and like no transfer on my eyelids. It didn't smudge. It, you know, it was great. And it came off when I needed it to. So I really like that one. I am not ready necessarily, oh, the applicator. The applicator isn't my favorite because I don't love this style of applicator. Like, I wish it had the curve, just because like I said, I feel like the curved applicator is a little easier to apply to my lashes, but I really like that one. And like, again, I can clean it up. I'm really messy with my mascara, but I can clean it up and it's great. So happy with those purchases. Think that I will explore those brands more, especially for those particular products. And I have used Tarte before, but I really like that one. I think they have a Surfer Curl. Is it Tarte Surfer Curl? Is it? I don't know if that's, there was a mascara called Surfer Curl that I also really liked. I reordered, well, as you can see, this is, there's no more, this is done. This is Rare Beauty bronzer stick. I really like the cream bronzer stick. I got it in Bright Side, so I reordered that. And that is a bit cooler toned. So I like it because I feel like I can use it as a bronzer, and it does a little bit of the contouring too. Like, sometimes you see people with like the too warm of a bronzer, and you know, like they say, bronzers for like adding color, contouring, you need like more of that shadow effect. I feel like this is a good one that can do the bronzing, contouring kind of all in one without being too on either side of it. I really liked it. But I did want something that I could maybe layer on top of it, what would give me a little bit more warmth, especially for summer. So I picked up this one. This is from Kosas. This is their, like, I forget what it's called. It's pretty warm toned, and I don't think that I would use it alone. Like, I can use this one alone, and like I said, I think it can kind of do the contour bronze thing. I don't think you can get away with that with this one. I think you do need to have either put it in the right place really high up, or use it with the contour, but definitely don't do this as your contour. There you go. There's the back side for the info. This might be almost too warm of a tone for me. I don't know. I really struggle with this. It might totally be the wrong color for me, but I like it. I think it's pretty, and it definitely a little bit goes a long way. So don't overdo it with that. It would be really easy to over bronze yourself with that one. Then lips. I actually ordered a bunch of lip stuff because I do love a good lip, and I feel like I've only ordered recently. I feel like I'm only ordering products in these 2 shades, and I need to branch out, but I'm trying to find like ones that I really like. Anyway, I got the Wonder Skin, I think that's called. I got 2 shades. I got Whimsical and I got Beauty. I have them on my hand. So this top one here is Whimsical, and I think the bottom one is like Beautiful. Obviously one is a bit more like mauve-y and the other is a bit more rosy. I really like wearing lipstick, but I find that it just wears off throughout the day, so I wanted to find stains, and I was super curious because everybody loves these things and they do the whole peel off. I got the kit. I hate that little like applicator thing and then you peel it off. It doesn't work for me. I don't know, maybe I'm really bad at it, but like, you don't need it anyway. You can just wipe these off with like a wet cloth and it's fine. but I do like these stains. They have real lasting power. So yeah, I don't like the Beautiful, the rosier version, which is the bottom one. Like, not so much a fan of that on my lips, but I do think I like the Whimsical a little bit better. And then I ordered these two little minis. I got their Rare Beauty lip oils, and I got them in colors that I thought would really go well. So I'll show you. I got this one to go with Beauty, and it's gonna be kind of hard to show you, but just layers over it. You see? I think this is, this is a great pairing. It's basically the same color, but I think I would like this on its own better because it's pretty sheer and it just gives you a little shine. I also think I've decided after ordering those that I might not be into like a shiny lip. I like a satin lip where it's just a little bit of shine, but not too much. That feels more natural to me. So yeah, so I'm not sure if I'm a lip oil kind of girl, or if I am, it's like put a little on and then take it off. So this is, I forget what these colors are. I'll put it at the bottom of the screen, but that one a little bit darker. I haven't actually tried these without layering them over the Wonder Skin, so I need to try that. I am not hugely fond of, there's like a tingling sensation, or like there's some kind of sensation that comes with them. I'm not sure if they're meant to be like plumping as well. They might be, which would make sense because that tingling sensation often is part of like the plumping thing. So I'm not sure if they're supposed to be that way. Not my favorite, I gotta be honest. I like the colors, I think they're pretty. And I like that they have like a color stain to them, so that's nice. But just like the sensation and maybe like the flavor of them is not my favorite. But not enough to like not use them. So if I like the results of them, I'm all for it. But kind of like, eh. I just wanted to try them. I don't really have a strong opinion on them, but yeah. Okay, and then a reorder, because this is my favorite lip color, I think, of all the lip colors I've tried. This is the Dior 100. I think it's called Nude, what's it called? So the color of this is Nude Look. It comes with a little brush on the end, which I actually really do like. And then this, I'll show you the color. That's the color. I quite like that. It's, let's see if I can put it in between here. Yeah, it's kind of, you can kind of see it. It's a bit of an in-between the two. I really like it. I am just about done with my first pencil that I got from it, and it's become, oh, what is this? What is this? Anyway, I really like this. I'm about done with the first one I ordered from it. Is it the same one? Okay, good. It is the same one. I got this little nub left, so I reordered it because my favorite Dior shade. If you have a lip color you think would be good for me, let me know, because I just need to branch out and find something different. Okay, so that's pretty much all of those things. So that's, we've walked through like lips, eyes, stuff like that. So then I was kind of trying, it's summer, and I am a girl who perspires. So I was looking for something that would take some sheen off, and I also wanted to try a loose powder because I haven't really. So I know that people talk a lot about Huda Beauty, and this is their baking powder. I think this is in, what shade was it? Yeah, so this is in the shade Pound Cake, and it is so fine. I'm really impressed. I have tried like the Laura Mercier powder before, and I didn't really like it all that much, but I do like this one. A little fussy to try and like figure out how to use it. This is a mini. I'm never gonna put it in my bag because the minute you open it, it's just everywhere. But I really do like this, and I think that going forward, this is something I would repurchase. So happy with that, at least as a first impression. Then I love the like samples that you can get when you order. So one of the samples I got, because I'm on the hunt for a good setting spray, is the Charlotte Tilbury setting spray. It's okay. I'm not overly impressed. So I've been trying, like I've tried the greatest hits, right? Like recently I ordered the all night spray from, what is this, Urban Decay? Yeah, the all nighter spray. And people rave about this one. But here's my thing. It's one, there's like 4 different caps for it. Like there's a cap and then there's another cap. Like what is that? What's with that? But also this spray is like, it's not a mist. It's like, I don't know how to describe it. You kind of have to hold it pretty far away from yourself. And it feels like the application is a little uneven. Same thing with the Charlotte Tilbury spray. You have to kind of hold it pretty far away from yourself. The distribution doesn't feel very even. The one size I really like because it's more of an aerosol style. The problem is that I think this makes my face feel dry versus, at least with this one, not so much. Haven't really noticed that either with the Charlotte Tilbury, and at least so far I really couldn't tell you the difference between the two of these. That's on me. I'm not great at this. But I know that everybody really recommends this one, and I will say I used it the other day and I feel like my makeup just did not move throughout the day. This one, I also feel like it was pretty good. Couldn't tell you. Like I said, I'm not a makeup professional. I'm just a girl here trying to figure my shit out as I go through life. I don't know how well I'm doing. Okay, last product. I, especially with trying all these new makeups, needed a new cleansing balm because I had run out of I usually use the Clinique Melt the Day Away balm, and I like that one pretty well. It is nice on the skin. I think it does a pretty good job of getting the eye makeup off. It doesn't get all my eye makeup off. I don't really care about that so much because I do kind of like the next day having just a little bit, although it does tend to, I don't know, anyway. It could be better for eye makeup, but generally it's fine. And I have tried Cora Organics recently for some skincare stuff. This is what I got. So I've been trying their serum because I like their skincare. So I was like, okay, I'll give their makeup remover a try. I will not repurchase this. It's not that it doesn't do a good job, because it does equally as good as the Melt the Day Away one, but it bugs my eyes. I don't know what's in here, but I do not like the way that it is, like, it's bugging my eyes when I use it. Of course I'm gonna finish using it because I bought it and it was expensive. Actually, I could take it back. They would let me take it back. I might take it back. It was pretty expensive. It was like 40 some bucks. I might take that back because it's consistently been irritating my eyes when I use it. So it does do a good job, or as good as Clinique, but the Clinique one doesn't bother me. So lesson learned on that one. Okay, that is pretty much the big ones that I ordered. Everything else that I ordered from Sephora, and I did get a bunch of other stuff, but it was all like repurchases of my skincare that I've talked about previously or that you've seen. If you want to know what my skincare favorites are, come on, necklace, turn around. If you want to see that, like what are my tried and true ones, I'm happy to record it. I just don't want to bore people because I feel like I mention them all the time in my other videos. So anyway, yeah, that's what's new in my makeup world. I would love your recommendations, tips, tricks. I really don't know what I'm doing at all with makeup. I'm just kind of trying to stumble my way through. So yeah, any suggestions you have, would love that. Yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.